Camera,
Rolling.
action.
So that's interesting. But I mean, from the things that I saw in the Luke Campbell fight, Manny would be able to capitalize very well. And if Manny puts you down, you're not getting out.
The hate on Canelo is real. Now Teddy Atlas has joined the club, saying Canelo has to fight better opposition, even though Anthony Yildirim was Canelo's mandatory. And now that pesky mandatory is out the way, he can fight two undefeated super middleweight champions and unify the titles at 168. I guess my questions for the haters out there, and feel free to answer, what competition should he face? Is it Andrade or Charlo? Have you looked at their resumes lately? Or are we talking about going up to 175 again and fight Arthur Beterbiev? I even heard people tell me that Billy Joe Saunders' resume is just as good as Canelo's. Now, people have a problem with Canelo fighting Anthony Yildirim, who was his mandatory. But the real problem you have is with the WBC rankings. These guys want Canelo to vacate the WBC title and fight a different opponent. But what happens when he does that? They're going to say, well, now he's ducking Yildirim. See, I told you he doesn't want to fight anybody. Now I'm hearing rumblings that Billy Joe Saunders is going to be a problem for Canelo. He's going to be his toughest opponent up to date. I give Billy Joe Saunders all the world props. You know, I don't fanboy for anybody. If he wins, he wins. If he gets cheated on the scorecards, I will admit it. But will the haters admit when Canelo beats him down? The answer is no. They will continue to move the goalpost and say Billy Joe Saunders is overrated. He should have been undefeated. They also say he would cherry pick Saunders, and he also cherry picked the division of 168, keeping the hate alive. The words of Chris Algieri, Manny Pacquiao were proven to be too strong for Ryan Garcia at this stage of his career. Chris Algieri predicts, and other fighters say the same thing about this. If Ryan Garcia would have took that fight against Manny Pacquiao would have knocked him out and would have ruined his career. But he also gave Ryan Garcia some props. He said his progression is very exceptional, and Ryan Garcia gets better in every fight. And that's exactly what I see. Even though Ryan Garcia has a lot of flaws that he needs to work on, he gets better in every fight. As far as speed and power, Ryan Garcia is very gifted. Got to work on his footwork, not be so flat-footed, work on his head movement, his defense. But with Reynoso and Canelo in his corner, I expect those things to improve. I mean, look at Valdez. The big question when it comes to Ryan Garcia is, who's going to be his next opponent? Is it going to be Jorge Nenoris? He was even talking about fighting Lomachenko, and that's a fight that seemed unlikely to happen. But he did say that's the fight he wants if he can't get Gervonta Davis. And the Gervonta Davis fights seems unlikely also because Gervonta Davis is fighting somebody else who is currently not in the 130-pound weight class or the 135-pound weight class. I think Loma has said it best, but I wouldn't call these guys cowards. But we're sitting back and waiting to see what these guys do. Enough with the Twitter wars. Let's fight. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.